Yes, I do think psychiatry is bullshit. And I'll tell you why. Yes, I mean, that is my opinion, guys. I mean, is it possible for a modern medical specialty to be little more than what people in the streets call bullshit? As scary as that sounds, I believe it is true about this thing called psychiatry. This so-called pseudoscience is bullshit. I say that because, you know what, man? Alcohol made me see the light. I'm telling you. Maybe something. Yeah, I mean, I've met people, guys, in bars, like as you have, drinking, discussing their problems with other patrons, and guess what? That's all they needed. A good chat, a good drink. Huh? Or a couple, I mean, fuck. Take your pick, right? And you know what? It didn't cost nearly as much as sitting down on the couch with a psychiatrist for a fucking hour. Huh? It goes back to your childhood, regressions, and about your little sexual problems and you haven't gotten out of when you were a kid, and bullshit like that. Which at the end of the day doesn't help in the least, right, guys? And then charges you a humongous bill for the comfort of his fucking couch. And the bullshit coming out of that asshole's fucking mouth, you know. I mean, or should I reword that and say that bullshit kind of coming out of his degreed ass? Because, I mean, wow, we have to respect these guys. I mean, we place them on pedestals and give them godly powers. And all they're really doing is spewing, you know, bullshit, giving you more problems instead of comfort with regressions on past problems in your childhood. And then charging you a fuckload for fuck all. Let me say that again. A fuckload for fuck all. No, wait, you know what? Actually, they do give you something. They give you more problems, so you can keep on coming back. I mean, come on, that's the way, man. That's the trick, isn't it? I mean, it's you know what, guys? It's a major scam. One of the best money-making scams out there, I think. The crazy fucks spew vague nonsense and get major dough for it out of your ass. For the mental masturbation, they decide to go on that very day that you become their victim, you know. I mean, it must be a turn on for these guys, I think. Do you think I thought of becoming a psychiatrist? I should have. I mean, it's a major scam, bro. It's a major scam. You know, these psychiatrists, we have a lot of respect for them and stuff, but why don't we ever talk about guys that actually have to perform an exact science when they get their hands dirty with the grey matter? I'm talking about brain surgeons. We don't give them any time. We don't really talk about it. No, we talk about Mr. Psychiatrist, yeah. I mean, everyone knows about Freud, Jung. Brain surgeons? Who the fuck cares, dude? Huh? Even though these are the guys that are actually getting their hands dirty. These other guys might as well be taking drugs with them, man. Because that's about as much help as you're going to get. You know, I mean, what if this pseudo-scientist called psychiatrists, they decide to get kinky with my thoughts and use me for their perverted mindfuck experiments. That's as good as it's going to get, man. You know what? Fuck that. Give me a bottle of Jack's. Good company too, of course. Shit. And you know, even Hollywood, they laugh about this. I mean, on TV and movies. I mean, look at the TV show like Frasier. I used to love this TV show. It's fucking brilliant. The guy gives some 5-cent fucking bullshit advice on radio because he read some books on Freud, on Jung, and a whole bunch of others, which I'm not going to mention. It's going to take forever. And when the audience could have gotten the same advice from friends and family, sitting down comfortably in your living room or in some bar. You know, in the movie, there's something about Mary, which was back in the 90s, I believe. Brilliant movie, Ben Stiller. Well, Ben Stiller's character is sitting on the psychiatrist's chair, right? And he's opening up about his problems with Mary. He remembers her. He likes Mary. He's got a crush on her. Meanwhile, the psychiatrist, played by Richard Jenkins, he's in the back while Stiller is talking. And he's chawing his sandwich, drinking his coffee, He couldn't give a rat's ass about what's coming out of Stiller's mouth. He don't give a shit. Then he comes back quietly, sits down. Meanwhile, Stiller doesn't know shit. He's just talking on the couch. And then all of a sudden, Stiller goes on about how one day he was driving and he was remembering Mary. And he decided to make a pit stop at some rest area. Right? All of a sudden, this psychiatrist turns his head and he's like, oh yes, you got my attention now, motherfucker. Huh? And then all of a sudden, Richard Jenkins says to him, you know, rest areas are, generally he says, I'm paraphrasing here, but rest areas are known as homosexual hangouts. Because he is a homo himself. So this is all about self-interest again. Huh? It's bullshit, guys. And there he is charging Stiller a humongous bill so that this guy can talk about his own perversions. But we'll delve into, he says to him, we'll delve into that next time when you come back. Oh, fuck him. This is bullshit, man. Anyway, guys, I mean, I've read about, I'm not talking out of my ass here, I've read about psychiatry, I've read books on Jung, even Freud as well. I like Jung more. And I consider these guys more philosophers. I respect them as philosophers rather than psychiatrists. Or psychiatrists, aka scientists. They're not scientists, no. They might as well be drug dealers. I mean, you go there, oh shit, I got problems. Oh, here, take Prozac, take some bullshit, man. It's cheaper to go to your dealer in the street, get some weed, get some coke, I don't know, man. They come back to you with these tried and tested methods, labeling it as science, when it's anything but. And me having to spew out my money for this shit and maybe some Prozac to make me into a fucking walking zombie, I don't think so, man. Fuck that. I'll take my chances at the bar. Tell you that much. Anyway, guys, that's my beef with psychiatry, as you can see. And that's the other side of the coin on this subject. If you guys got any comments, whatever, I don't give a shit. But would be interesting. Would be interesting to maybe you want to destroy my position. Cool, please do. I'm the Poison signing out. Thank you for your time. Cheerio.